Morning all and welcome back to Bow Specialization. I'm your host Chad, and in this video we'll be continuing the How to Holy Priest series by yet again covering Spec. The previous video covered which talents were in the Holy Tree and how to spec for PvE. So, in this video we'll discuss what changes you would make to the previous spec in order to make it viable for PvP. I will not be explaining again what each of the individual talents are for. Instead, I will assume you have watched the previous video or just know. If you haven't watched the previous video, I have provided you a link here. Or you could simply go to one of the best go-to sites for WoW knowledge on the internet, wowhead.com. A link has also been conveniently provided for you here. Okay, so here is the PvE tree I designed earlier. Take a good look at it because we're about to mix it up. The first major change I make regards one of my favourite talents, Surge of Light, which I drop in favour of Body and Soul. The movement speed bonus with power word shield casts and self-poison cleansing with cure disease is far better than a 6% chance after casting Smite or Heal to get a free uncritical and instant flash heal. The reason why I say this is because you won't be casting heal in a PvP environment as often as you would be in a PvE one, and Mind Spike is often a better alternative to Smite, as is Holy Fire. The second major change I make is I pick up Desperate Prayer. Yes, I am well aware that in my first video I said it was a bit bad, but in a PvE environment there are definitely better choices than a self-heal for free with a 2-minute cooldown. However, in a PvP environment, often healers get a lot of aggro, and there are times when you can't afford a self-heal to be interrupted, or you need it instantly. You will notice I have kept the Chakra and Revelations talents. I believe that these talents do not need to be sacrificed because they do improve your healing and damaging ability in general, as well as providing some other necessary and useful heals such as Holy Word's Serenity. An interesting thing to bear in mind is that all your Holy Words are on a separate cooldown, which means you can simply use a macro like Cancel Aura to get out of a Chakra state in order to cast Holy Word Chastise. An obvious change is that I picked up Blessed Resilience. I shouldn't need to explain why. Perhaps one of the more interesting changes, though, is the removal of State of Mind. In a PvP environment, you are not going to be casting Heal, Prayer of Healing, Prayer of Mending, or Smite often enough to take advantage of the State of Mind talent, and it is for this reason that I believe it is a waste and that the talent point is better spent elsewhere. It's the same reason I dropped Surge of Light. Circle of Healing is another controversial choice as it doesn't heal much per individual player. And you will most likely want to use this spell when everyone has taken a little bit of damage. Considering most players focus on one target at a time, you're not going to get a lot of chances to take advantage of this. In addition, in Arena, in 2s, you're not going to be able to get the full benefit of this spell as it heals up to 5 targets, and there's only 2 of you. Same situation with 3s, and in a 5 situation, chances are one of you is going to be at full health anyway. I can't see it getting used all that often is basically what I'm saying, and if you disagree with me, that's fine. I don't claim to be all-knowing, just merely knowing. That completes the changes in the Holy Tree itself and leaves us with 9 talent points left to spend. Improving healing and damage and the reduced mana cost of instant abilities are again, in my opinion, both obvious choices, so keep with Twin Disciplines and Mental Agility. Now we just have 3 talent points unspent and a few nice options. So here are your choices. You could pick up 2 points in Soul Warding, reducing the cooldown of your Power Word Shield ability by 2 seconds. This would allow you to take advantage of your Body and Soul talent more frequently. You could also increase the power of your Power Word Shield spell by 10% with 2 points in improved Power Word Shield. However, I do believe that Soul Warding is a better alternative. You could put all 3 points into Inner Sanctum, reducing incoming spell damage by 6% with Inner Fire active, or further increasing the movement speed granted by your Inner Will spell. Another interesting choice is you could pick up the Evangelism and Archangel combination. I didn't actually cover these talents in the previous video, so I will do so now. Evangelism is a talent which stacks 5 times, With 2 points in it, you will have a 100% chance whenever you cast a successful smite to gain a stack. Each stack will increase the damage done by your smite, holy fire and penance abilities by 2% and reduce their mana cost by 3% for each stack. This totals 10% increased damage by your penance, holy fire and smite spells, and 15% less mana for these abilities as well. The Archangel talent consumes all stacks of evangelism, rewarding you with 1% of your total maximum mana back, and 3% increased healing for each stack of evangelism consumed. This is a great little combination, however, you have to ask yourself, how often will you cast Smite? Will it be at least every 15 seconds? Because this is how long evangelism lasts. And if you don't maintain it, then neither evangelism or Archangel will prove useful. In the Shadow Tree, you could pick up 2 points in Veiled Shadows. This lowers the cooldown on your Shadow Fiend ability by 1 minute, which has nice mana returns and increased damage. However, it also reduces the cooldown of your Fade ability by 6 seconds, which is useless. Probably the biggest question you'll have to ask yourself when choosing this talent is, will you get a chance to use Shadow Fiend twice in a battle? If the answer is no or not very often, then it's probably best to skip this talent. You could also get improved Shadow Word Pain. However, the dot itself is expensive, and if you, like me, like casting Mind Spike, then you'll probably just waste this spell anyway. Finally, you could also get the haste bonus from Darkness, which is nice. Probably one of those places that you just sink your last 1 or 2 talent points into if you can't find a better area. Having said all this, it is really up to you where you spend your final 3 talent points, and you should do whatever works for you best. There are undoubtedly better choices than others, and I'm sure someone out there will have a differing opinion to me. I am also sure that they will make that known in the comments section below. Anyway, this has been a guide by Bow Specialization. I have left the completed Holy PvP talent tree up on the screen with 3 talent points left unspent. If you wish to have a longer look at it, YouTube has this great feature called the pause button. You can press it. I hope you all have a great morning. Kind regards, Chad.